Hey everybody, Aaron Blaise. It is Friday. Did you blink? Remember last Friday was a blink away?
Oh yeah,
We just
crazy.
blinked. I know. It's Friday, June 12th. My late mother's birthday. So she would have been 71 today.
Yeah.
Yep. My mama. But so happy birthday up in heaven to my mom today. And we are going to be animating. We haven't done any animation in a while. I'm actually not going to be. I've already done some animation. I'm going to be doing some breakdowns and in-betweens. So this is a little shot that I animated for an animation course we did a couple months ago. And I thought, hey, it'd be fun to kind of bring it out, dust it off, because I never finished it. I never filled in all the drawings. And it'd be fun just to do that and break things up a little bit because I haven't done any animation in a while, and I need to dust it off, get back on the grease the wheels a little bit, so to speak. So get back into Snow Bear. I haven't touched Snow Bear and
It sure is dusted.
yeah, dusted. Yeah. So here we are, June 12th, and once again, as always, we've got big deals going on over at CreatureArtTeacher.com. Our dollar sales are still happening, and we're still dropped everything way down for everyone that's stuck at home with COVID. As a matter of fact, it looks like it's getting worse here in the United States. Everyone opened back up and everything's spiking again. So I want you guys to be careful, be healthy, wear your mask, wash your hands, all that kind of stuff. Social distance. We don't go out that much anymore. And I'm always wearing my mask. And anyway, I hope everyone's doing well. I know there's a lot of drama going on in the world, and we're going to try to take you away from a little bit of that drama today and just relax. And we're going to talk about cartoon bears and animation and birds.
We'll be
and
talking about
wildlife.
cartoon bears, deer.
Yep. So check that out. And also, we got some exciting stuff coming up. We got Tim Hodge. We've recorded a new course with Tim Hodge that Nick is in the middle of editing. We've recorded a new course with my brother Travis with Calipeg on how to animate with Calipeg. That's coming up. That's going to be edited soon. The actual shoot is in the can, but we haven't edited yet. So we've got some exciting new courses coming up for you guys in the coming months, or coming weeks actually. And then of course Dust and I are continuing to chip away at my Birds of Prey course. Let's see. Here's one that we're working on today. This is a ferruginous hawk, and so this is one that I gave a little lecture on how the head is structured and how the feather markings work and all that kind of stuff. And that's basically what I'm doing with all the birds right now. Is I'm going through all their head structures and feather structures and all that, and showing how they look from the side, from the front, from 3/4. And then we're going to be getting into talking about the bodies and the wings and how they work and all that kind of stuff. And then we'll get into animation, which is going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to take you through bird locomotion. I have a big pet peeve a lot of times when I see CG birds in cinema, computer animated birds, and they're just poorly animated. It seems like a lot of the times the animators just think, oh, a bird's wing goes up and it goes down, and it just goes up and down. Well, that's not the case.
It's not?
No, that's not how a bird flies. And so I'm going to take you through that. But that's a ways off. So anyway, let's get back to the project at hand. And this is our little thing here. I've got Dustin with me today, as usual.
Hi, everybody. And hi, Jesse. How's it going?
And we've got Nick.
Oh, no.
What's the matter?
Oh, wait a minute.
Are we frozen?
Oh, no. I thought, you remember that old bug that we had where my camera would just freeze? I thought I had that for a minute and it would, but it was just OBS, just trying to catch up. OBS.
So I've got I'm trying to drop weight now too, finally, and I had a nice big salmon fillet for lunch today.
Ooh, fancy.
Fancy. Brain food. I feel smarter already.
The fish fillet.
Yeah.
Salmon.
So,
like
this weekend, Nick is reminding me, this weekend is the last weekend to get my oil painting course for $1. So the price goes back up to the regular pricing on Monday. So, and then we'll probably bring some other stuff down. But if you want my oil painting course, and I'm going to be doing some more oil painting too coming up. But if you want my oil painting course, And it's how many hours is that course? 12?
The oil painting?
Yeah.
At least, if not more.
Yeah, 12 or 16. It's like
It
a
is
12 hour,
very, very,
12 or
very
15
long.
hour course. And you can buy it for $1. So this is the last weekend that you're going to be able to do that. But anyway, here is this is some animation that I did. I'm going to go ahead and play it. I'm not sure if it's going to be delayed or not, and hopefully we're running smooth with everybody. But it's all posed out. I'm for those of you that are going to ask, and I know I'm going to get to ask again later on for people that come in late. I'm animating this on 24 frames per second. That means every frame that goes through is going through at a rate of 1/24th of a second. 24 frames will go through that you'll see through the camera, or you'll watch 24 frames every second. Okay? I hope I made that clear.
Can you repeat that one more time?
And so when I animate, I'm able to, when I'm first posing out a scene, I'll hold drawings, so I don't have to do all the drawings right away. I'll hold certain drawings for a certain number of frames, and I can still get a sense of the animation. And you'll see that it's a little blocky, a little jerky. And what I'm trying to do is just find that flow, find that rhythm. And then once we have that, then I can go back in and I can add all the drawings in between each of those drawings to make it move fluidly, okay? And that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be adding those drawings, the breakdowns and the in-betweens, to make the animation move fluidly. So when I play this now, it's actually not too bad, but I'm going to make it much more fluid. You're going to see the animation, you're going to see the dialogue, but it's going to feel a little bit jerky. So I'm going to go ahead and play that now.
Whoa. Just stay back there, bud.
Turn it up.
Whoa. Just stay back there, bud. Whoa. Just stay back there, bud.
For those of you that are wondering, this is when the coronavirus first started, and this is a bear that was trying to teach people how to social distance. So someone was trying to come up and give him a hug, I guess.
Whoa. Just stay back there, bud.
Yes, and the voice is none other than...
Just stay back there, bud.
Whoa. Just stay back there, bud. Whoa.
Okay.
Just stay back there, bud.
So the first thing that I want to do is this section through here. I'm going to turn the sound off for a second. Right through here, I'm going to turn off the Onionskin too so you can see a little better. Right now, all my extremes, it's just an up and a down. Up, there's a down, up, down, up, down, up. And then he settles in to his pose. Each one of these drawings is held for 3 frames. That means I can fit 2 drawings in between each one to smooth out that action, and that's what I'm going to do. I also want to show you an example of squash and stretch. When one of the first things that you're going to learn as an animator is the bouncing ball test, squash and stretch, timing, all that sort of thing. And with a bouncing ball, you learn how to squash the ball when it impacts and how to stretch it when it speeds up, those types of things. And a lot of people ask me, well, how does that apply to regular animation? Well, if you look at his animation as he goes, here's a squash, there's a stretch, there's a squash, there's a stretch, there's a squash, there's a stretch, like that. And when you play it, it feels much more dynamic. It makes your animation much more dynamic. If I didn't do those types of things, it would feel boring, flat. So, now that we're at it, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
And
I'm going to turn on my Onionskin. And so what the Onionskin is it's showing me the drawing before in green and showing me the drawing after in purple. And so then it tells me where I can throw my drawing in between. And I can flip back and forth.
By the way, earlier Jessie said hi,
Hey, Jesse.
and she got her old job back.
Hey, that's awesome. So you were just furloughed. That's great. That's really cool.
Right?
Man, you're one of the lucky ones.
Oh yeah. And Becky Lockley says, "Hi, Aaron. Are you going to do any more animal species after the Birds of Prey course?
Oh yeah, we're going to be one of the big ones that we get asked about a lot are apes. So I'll be doing a great apes course. I'll be doing a course on the big five, not big five, but the big animals of Africa. I'm going to be doing one in North America. We've been getting asked about doing reptiles. So I've got years of courses left in me coming up. So as long as I don't kick the bucket, which is what I'm trying to do by losing some weight here, then I've got courses coming for quite a while. So he's closing his eyes.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going, eh?
Do you have any advice for grieving?
For grieving?
Grieving. Like, it's the person that lost a loved one. His loved one the other week.
No, that's an answer. That's a hard one to give on a open forum. But I got to tell you, it's just know that time is the healer of all wounds. And no matter how you feel now, no matter how down, make it till tomorrow. Make it for another hour. Just make it. And as time goes on, those wounds, those emotional wounds that you have, they'll never heal, but they might scar up a little bit. You learn how to live with them. And it's something you live with every day. And, in the case of Dustin's mother, my wife, when she passed away, I don't ever want to lose that pain. That pain is something that keeps her with me, keeps us close. But I've also learned how to not just focus on the pain, but focus on all the wonderful times we had together. And that, with time, that's what you're going to be able to do, and you're going to be able to, relish in the and feel just how blessed you were to have had the person that you have, that you're grieving for the time that you did. And that's the big jump right there. But you have to just know that time is going to be the one that helps, and it's nothing about it is easy.
Can you explain the difference between drawing 24 frames per second and drawing on ones?
There is no difference. They're both the same. So when I'm drawing on ones, what that means is I'm drawing one drawing for every frame. Drawing on ones. One drawing for every frame. And that happens to be every 24th of a second, because each frame is a 24th of a second. So when I'm drawing on ones, each drawing is being held for a 24th of a second. Now we do get away with drawing on twos, meaning it's one drawing for every 2 frames. And so that gives you 12 drawings per second. So we do get away with that sometimes.
How's your dad doing?
He's back in Vermont. He just left yesterday.
I'm gonna miss him for those 3 months.
He's doing goody.
He's doing goody. I'm sure by the end of yesterday, he was just walking across the street from the airport right back to his home.
Yep, that's what he did. And sometimes when I hit an extreme drawing, I'll leave it for 2 frames. I won't leave it for 1. That's what I'm going to do in this case. This drawing right here, that drawing, see how that's the extreme, that's the key drawing before he pops up. So I'm going to leave him down for 2 frames there.
Are you using a custom brush on TVPaint? The brush looks really good.
No, this is just a regular number 2 brush. You find it right over here. There's a little side thing that pops out, boom, right there. And you get a whole bunch of tools over here on the right side, and it's their number 2 brush. It's my favorite. I really like it because it really feels like pencil.
Unfortunately, we can't make the window any larger than it is currently, because otherwise the video will slow down.
Yeah, this is actually a lot bigger than what I was doing before.
Yeah. And how is Snow Bear progressing? Haven't seen you working on it for a while.
I haven't been working on it for a while. We put it aside so I could get more courses done. And that's one of the reasons I want to work on this today, because after I finish the Birds of Prey course, we are going to be hitting Snow Bear pretty hard.
What's the animation program you're currently using?
I'm using
TVPaint.
Yeah, this is TVPaint. And actually, if you become a member of our, if you subscribe to my website, if you become a year member, you get a huge discount off of TVPaint. Actually, the discount almost pays for the membership. I think the discount is 30 some odd percent, something like that. A YouTube question: is this Snow Bear that's being animated right now? No, this is not Snow Bear. This is just a cartoon bear that I created for an animation class that I taught a few months ago. But I never did the in-betweens for it. So I thought today would be fun to talk about in-betweens. Snow Bear is a bit more realistic than this. He's not as cartoony. YouTube question: any other films you pitched to Disney after Brother Bear? I did. I pitched several films to Disney. Started making one called The King of the Elves. It was a story written by Philip K. Dick, who wrote Blade Runner, Minority Report, Total Recall. It was a short story that he wrote in 1957 that I found in a collection of fairy tales. There's this obscure book that I found on a shelf, and I started reading it, and I really fell in love. First of all, the title caught my attention, the King of the Elves. I just thought that was a cool title, and it turns out it's about these elves in modern day Colorado that find this guy, working at a gas station and ask for help, and he helps them, and he becomes their king, and it's just really cool. He's playing it as if he were us, meaning like elves in Colorado. That's crazy. It plays very straightforward, and I really like that aspect of it, and so I pitched it to Disney, and they liked it. So we bought the rights, and we started making it. But that's when my wife passed away, and so after she passed away, I decided to kind of make a change in my life and stopped making the movie and went a different direction.
Do Saturday morning cartoons use 12 frames per second?
Saturday morning cartoons will use 12 frames per second. They'll use 6 frames. They'll use whatever. They do a lot of holds. That's why it tends to be a lot more jerky.
What are you doing for weight loss? Are you on a weight loss program? Or anything?
Hold on, there we go. Not necessarily program. I'm just I'm cutting the amount that I'm eating down by half, and then just exercising more. So this guy here, I'm gonna have to close his mouth. Boop, boop, boop. Gotta close his mouth. I gotta change that key. Go.
Do you ever use Procreate?
I've got a whole course on my website on how to use Procreate that I created. Yes, I've got a whole course on there. I use it for animation sometimes, but so here is where I want to open his mouth. Right here. So what he's doing is he's kind of stumbling back. He's hopping back.